evening, everybody. I'm Sebastiano Musato.
I'm Carmen Barahona.
We're from the Newsletter Group, and we're here with Dr. Jeffrey Lansdale, who's Zamorano Deans. And we're here with him because we're going to ask him a couple of questions about the Jornada de la Innovación, or Innovation Day, that he organized with a small crew of professors about 1 month and a half ago, 2 months ago. It was a really interesting activity, so we're here to ask him a couple of questions about it. Doctor, first of all, how did you come up with the idea?
Well, that's very easy, because it's very obvious that a university which doesn't innovate is not going to go very far. A university cannot just continue doing the same old things, and Zamorano is definitely one of those universities which cannot just say we are the best agricultural university in Latin America. So we know that Zamorano is the best known university for agricultural studies in Latin America, but Zamorano needs to continue to innovate. It definitely needs to innovate, and one of my challenges as the president of Zamorano is, in fact, to handle the balance between tradition and our pilares, as we say in Spanish, our academic excellence, our learning by doing, our leadership and character development, and then our cultural diversity, which is our Panamericanismo. That's the tradition. But on the other side, we know that we are living in times of incredible change and very rapid change. Technology, biotechnology. And I have a book here that was written by a president of a university in the United States, the University of North Carolina in Chapel Hill, Holden Thorpe, together with Buck Goldstein. The title is Engines of Innovation, the Entrepreneurial University in the 21st Century. This is not just something that came to my mind for Zamorano. This is the need for universities, for academia to become more engaged, more involved with development issues in society, in Honduras, Central America, Latin America, in coordination with universities in the United States. So we definitely feel strongly that innovation has to be part of our institutional goals.
How did you decide the profile that the lecturers needed to have to come here and talk to our students? How they were going to inspire on them?
Okay, so the first candidate that I happened to meet, I have a daughter who is studying at Duke University. So when we went to visit with my wife, we went to visit our daughter, I found out that there was a Zamorano graduate at Duke in the School of Medicine. So I contacted him, Diego Borges, he's from Ecuador. And we met, and we developed a very warm relationship. And as we were talking, Diego was talking a lot about innovation, about the love he has for his alma mater, for Zamorano, but also the need for innovation. And I said, Diego, would you be willing to come to Zamorano to speak about innovation in the world of research? He's doing some incredible research, as you know, because he came. He's a neuroscientist, basically, and he's looking for the relationship between the brain and the stomach, and how to control the stomach from always asking for more food when the brain knows that the stomach is full because of this problem that we have worldwide of obesity. And Diego's doing some incredible research, and I said, Diego, would you be willing to come? And he said, just let me know. Because you know, Zamoranos love their university. So that was the first person. Then because of our alliances with other universities like Purdue, we came in contact with Dr. Alok, who is doing some incredible work using technology to organize very poor communities to develop business ventures. He started in India, now he wants to spread to other parts of the world like Central America, and he is interested in using Zamorano as a base. So that was somebody else that we invited. We invited people from Colombia because Colombia has made a huge change from guerrilla civil war, drugs, those problems, to Medellin is one of the most advanced technologically cities, and it's because of the support of universities and academia. So this is how it started, and then we identified somebody from the City of Knowledge of Panama. I was in Panama in March, and I met with the president of the City of Knowledge in Panama. We invited their director of innovation, and we also had somebody from Mexico, from the National University in Mexico, come to talk about marketing issues, the latest in marketing. And then the rest of the speakers came from Honduras, people who are, again, in academia or private sector, working in innovation.
I'm going to talk about something really specific here. The speaker that has the widest impact, I think, is Diego, because, well, Dr. Borges, because he's a Zamorano. He's one of us. So most of us were interested in his talk. And we were looking forward to talk to him. We were looking forward to meet him. And I had the chance, and he's a really, I have to say, he's a really great guy. But how do you think of his field of work, or the kind of work he's doing, or the expansion he had after he graduated from Zamorano is going to help? It's going to help us. It's going to help other students to decide what to do with their life after they graduated from Zamorano.
Okay, great. Well, what's interesting was that Diego started his research working with chickens, working with poultry in North Carolina State. And that interest came, and his ability to work with poultry came because of his experience here in Zamorano. The point is, and I will use an expression, the sky is the limit. And the purpose of innovation is to promote in our minds of our students is this interest that if the sky is the limit and you can do just about anything you want, well, what do you need to know, and what did Diego emphasize? First, it's about attitude, and then it's about work. You know, you have to be hardworking, you have to have a positive attitude, and then you just knock on doors and you make it happen. So I see someone like Diego, and also we had Alejandro Mesa come, another Zamorano from Colombia. And what I heard, the feedback from the students was that those two participants were probably the ones who had the most impact. And so, yes, definitely, we want to continue to have innovation forums in Zamorano, and I would like to see, we organized it out of my office this first time, but the next time it needs to be organized by students. And we're also looking, and we have already started, to identify Zamorano graduates who are working in different fields but in leadership positions, so that we will invite them to come and present so that they can serve as role models for our students. And we're thinking of having one innovation session in February and then the other one in July during the 8th week, which is the seminar week, and we will have two sessions a year, 2 innovation sessions, at least.
So, in your opinion, what else can we do to work on our students' attitude? Because that's like the first element that you need to have to keep up and to look for the sky, for the stars, like keep on working, never give up.
Okay, so, and it's not just the students, it's also
The teachers.
our faculty, our personnel, and I'm aware that I'm here, my role is to push people, to squeeze people, to twist their arms, And one term that I use a lot is routine. And in Spanish, ¿verdad? La famosa rutina.
Yeah.
So we fall into routine. And when we fall into routine, it's difficult to fall out of routine. It's uncomfortable. Oh my gosh. So if I do that, then it's going to change my routine. It's going to change my schedule. And people don't like change. And I know that we have professors here or instructors that have been here for many years, and they have fallen into routine. And I'll tell you what, Zamorano is a beautiful campus. It's just lovely to live here, and it's fun to work here. So it's easy to fall into routine on this campus. And so part of my mission, if you will, or one of my goals, is to squeeze our faculty and also try to look for ways to motivate our students to think outside of the box. Yeah, think differently and challenge themselves to do different things. I can give you an example. When I finished high school, I was the first student in my graduating high school class to be accepted in the university. And I was the first student to decide that I wasn't going to go to the university. And I wrote to the university and I said, thank you, I'm not ready to come, I want to take a year off. And they wrote back and said, come whenever you're ready. And I put a mochila on my backpack and I left and I went to India and I spent a year in India. And it was a year which changed my life. I had no idea where I was going. I had no idea how I was going to get there. I had $5 in my pocket. That didn't matter. Yeah? So we have to take risks. We have to do different things.
No, that's really. Yeah. And
What other opportunities will students experience on innovation?
Yeah, I think we have millions of opportunities, obviously. And some of them can be high tech, some of them can be research oriented, some of them can be applied. I'm thinking of music. There's a relationship, and this is a proven relationship between capacity of music and playing instruments and how creative we are as human beings. In another moment, I'll tell you a long story about Georgia Tech and the fact that for students coming into Georgia Tech, they give priority to those students who play an instrument because they found that they do better academically. So why don't we have a music program here at Zamorano? Or I look at Uyuca, I look at Santa Ynez, I look at a biological reserve, I look at forests, I look at environmental issues. Why don't we have environmental camps where we teach leadership, but it's through a real live environmental laboratory where Uyuca would have groups of our students with youth from here camping 2, 3, 4 nights, hiking, and doing different activities either in Uyuca or Santa Ynez. There are programs like that around the world, Outward Bound, Knowles, and others that have a lot to do with leadership. And basically, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about leadership. The whole program of being able to do internships for Zamorano fourth-year students is a leadership program. It's an opportunity to leave the routine, to leave the campus, to go to some completely new place, discover a new place, and share there what you have learned from Zamorano, but also learn from those places and what they have to offer, depending on what the internship is. And we've had students that go as far away as Israel, or up to the United States, or stay here in Honduras, or in Latin America. It's not so much where you go, it's what you do. And the whole issue of creativity, innovation, is something that is ongoing, and we just need to continue to push ourselves to, as you wake up in the morning, think creatively. Think, in fact, as you're sleeping, figure out how to wire into, because your brain is working during the night. That's what's happening. That's happening around the world. And obviously, Zamoranos are going to play a key role in that, in Latin America and in the countries where you all live.
Shalom. So Thank you very much, Dr. Lansdale. It was a great experience for us. And stay tuned.